Today's Wednesday, it's the 16th of April, it's 2025, and we're just going to have a little drive along the Paseo Maritimo. I've got the camera on the roof, and we're just coming up to Port P. And right in front of us we've got one of the big cruise ships. This is Mein Schiff. That's a German one, and it's a big one. It's not the biggest. I think later on this week we've got an even bigger one coming in. One of the P&O ships. But the reason for coming along today is because we said that we're going to get the Paseo Maritimo finished.
The size of that one?
We're going to get it finished for Easter, and well, Easter's actually tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, Thursday, a public holiday here in Spain. So we can see the Mein Schiff over to the right, and then right up on this side to the left there's a British flagged
Spirit of Adventure.
Spirit of Adventure. And what a lot of traffic we've got. I think this traffic might be due to the fact that they're working seriously hard. Apparently they were working late into the evening yesterday trying to get things finished. It's not often, well, I suppose we don't really notice the ships being moored so close, but this one's right up against the quayside here, so the passengers will be able to just get off and walk down into the city.
See the sunbathers.
Spirit of Adventure, London.
Saga Holidays.
Sorry?
It says Saga on the side.
Well, okay. As we get onto the Paseo Maritimo, we can see this fencing's all still up here. It's nowhere near complete. At least not at this end. Another ship over to the right. Can't really see it very well though.
Looks like a big hotel, this does.
Guess that's what they are, big hotels floating in the water. And some of these bigger ones, 5,000 passengers plus the crew. And I noticed that one as we were approaching, it was belching out smoke. The engines, for some of them, have to stay on all the time they're in the port, and that's the main issue with them. So not only have we had the work going on the Paseo Maritimo, but the port here, Club de Mar, which is where the fancy yachts are, that's been having a bit of a makeover, and so there's been a large amount of construction going on there as well. And we can see on the left hand side, we can see the palm trees have been planted. There's some plants in the central reservation as well, so those are the finishing touches. That's what it's all going to finish with. But clearly here on the right hand side there's it still looks a total mess. Not sure how quickly they can sort that out and make it look a little bit better, but we're not actually onto the main part of the Paseo Maritimo yet, so perhaps being a little bit unfair with the criticism. So the work for this is supposed to be finished, well, any time now really. No movement in the traffic. We went to the John Bishop show last week, and that had a similar amount to traffic on the Paseo Maritimo. Not all because they were going to see John Bishop, but it was full. Just sheer volume of traffic. Most people have been missing the Paseo Maritimo out and using the Via Cintura, but that's getting clogged as well. Big piles of building materials still piled up by the side of the road. I think there's still a lot of building to go on here that hasn't been done yet. There's no cycle lane here, assuming it comes this far. We've had some amazing weather since we've been back. There's a huge clap of thunder this morning at about 6 o'clock, and then when I start looking in the newspaper, the Puig Bunyant, which is up in the hills, had an enormous hailstorm, so bad that they had to close roads, and it just looked like they'd got snow, and the bulldozers had to come in to shift it. So there is a cycle lane to here, and they are working on it. They haven't finished it yet, so just carry on a little bit further. But when we came just over a week or two ago, the cycle lane hadn't been laid. It's been laid now. And you can see lots of people working here today. Probably not going to be allowed to go home until it's finished. It's supposed to be opening tomorrow.
Never seen so many workers.
You wonder why they didn't put more people on it earlier on in the year. Could have got the job done much quicker.
A bit like the garden makeover programs where they leave it all till the last minute and then it rains.
They haven't been helped by the poor weather.
This goes into one lane.
This is why. It actually goes into one lane here. This is why there's a big hole up here. And further on, they're doing something in the middle of the road anyway. So all the traffic's cut off. I think it might, after this part, it might clear up a little bit. So we've got men cutting up bricks so that they can actually lay the paving stones.
Somebody was saying that the drains are really high as well.
The drains might be high because they've not finished, they've not had another layer of tarmac on. So this coming up on the right hand side is the Club de Mar. The bridge that was is now completely gone, so that's not making an eyesore on the right hand side, it's a bit on the left hand side. And now it's all clearing a little bit. It's been told to stop again. But the Club de Mar on the right hand side is looking a lot closer to being finished now. And that's got trees planted around it. lighting's in place. We've got new crossings, new crossing lights, which look very modern. Some of these take a bit of getting used to.
Still a lot to be done, isn't there?
Yeah. What they want, what they're aiming to do is allow people to be able to walk along the promenade, which we haven't been able to do for months. And I can see on the right hand side now the fence has gone. The cycle lane, not only have they laid the tarmac, but they've actually put lines in it on the cycle lane, so they've got the dotted white line down the middle. A bit now at a very steady pace. It looks like the gardeners are in now, so they're actually working on the pretty gardens that they're going to have, and the plants. It's a mix of trees, so we've got palm trees mixed with other trees. I think this road will eventually get another layer of tarmac on it. That might not happen now. So we've only got one lane open, that's why there's such a backlog of traffic behind us. Going to overtake me on the inside. I think people from here might actually be walking along the front. I think it might be finished. Well, when you say finished, it may be open to the public. So this is where we would normally have started our walks when we were on the Paseo Maritimo, and we'd been able to park here on the right hand side. We'd have been able to park the car. All that parking is now gone, and the pedestrian area has at least doubled in width, and the cycle track has been put a little bit closer to the road on this side, but completely separate, so safer.
Do they just have 3 lanes here?
There used to be 3 lanes on each side, so that's how they've managed to do this. Plus the parking, there's now no parking along here, which is going to be a bit of an issue. At one point, when they had a change of government, one of the new government officers said we'll have an underground car park, but the architects and engineers said you can't suddenly change all the plans like that. It would require a lot of investment and a lot more design work, because the underground car park would actually be below sea level. But just looking at the amount of garden area, it's going to take a lot of people to maintain this.
Somebody was saying how close together the palm trees are as well. You think how big they grow. I don't suppose they grow.
Well, the idea is that they're going to provide shade.
Yeah.
I think it's what's important when you're walking along there in the summer. You need shade. There's a little children's area for playing, little park that seems to be fenced off. It's all in position. where the bridge was from the 1930 building right to the centre, which is where the swimming pool was. That's all gone now, and the club's gone as well, so I'm actually driving over that now. Tomorrow's a bank holiday, so I'm guessing there won't be any work being done now until next Tuesday. So whatever they got to do, they've got the next 2 or 3 hours to do it in. It's now coming up to, it's 4:15.
We're not in a rush.
No.
If you're in a rush to get to work along here.
One of the reasons for coming out this afternoon was not only to make this video, but to go and fill my car up, as I'm getting very close to empty. That may be the only worry we've got at the moment, is I could run out of fuel. See here, it's very near to completion. And the gardens, well, they'll change as they mature.
Into one lane again down here.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Must do.
These are on the right here. We've got the Imaya. These are the rubbish bins. So the rubbish bins are actually underground, and it's just a strange place for them to have them.
How'd you get to the bin?
Different recycling, unless these are mainly for the boats. These are for the boats to get rid of their rubbish. Now we're to a place where the fencing has gone. Getting a picture here on the right of what it's meant to look like.
Seems to be higher up as well.
Yeah, we're slightly elevated from it. very slow. But today, not even making 20 kilometres per hour and hardly moving at all. The businesses will be glad to see the end of all of this work. It does happen. They've had a terrible couple of years and very little, if any, compensation.
that now, can you? Can't get in there at all. Minutes so far to get along.
Hopefully it won't take that long in the future. It's one of the new traffic lights.
Oh, this is old.
Oh, that's an old one. It's a new one on the left, an old one on the right. Hotel Costa Azul.
I don't think we'll come back this way. Pleased to know that my fuel is surviving this journey. Still lots of clouds in the sky all around us. The present unsettled weather doesn't seem to be over. It's still going to be hanging around. side was the boat shop.
Boat show, getting ready for that week. Cruise ships in, particularly the one that's on the far side. People have got to get into town, so they have these coaches to collect them. Don't usually pull in over there though, they usually pull in on the quayside on the right. Ahead of us. How long has it been running so far?
I can't read it for the sun. 35.
Got some new palm trees along here as well, just in front of the cathedral there. That's what they want to keep, is the copper coloured glass, but they can't because it doesn't meet on the regulations. I think it'd make a lot of sense to demolish it and build something nice in its place. And the hotel that goes with it. They have lots of big meetings there, international meetings. I went a few years ago to an education meeting there. People had come from all over the world to attend this particular meeting. Being BMW have used it to launch some of their cars in the past. Lots of conferences, different businesses. The next building along on the left is the hotel that goes with it. You are actually joined. That hotel's part of the Elliott Group.
Motor world is